Hello, everybody, and welcome again to Game On with Yassine. Today, we are talking about Mohamed Salah or Mo Salah, the Egyptian king. He recently had few or a couple of interviews, and also there were some people talking about him in another interview. So I thought to share my thoughts about what he basically talked about, and that way, we can understand the story behind Mo Salah staying in the with Liverpool this season, and also what was happening, kind of a little bit what was happening in the background, and also his opinion about Trent and the Ballon d'Or and all that stuff. So I think maybe the first thing we can talk about is Salah stats so far this year. In the Premier League, he has 28 goals and 18 assists. In the AFL Cup, he has 2 goals and 1 assist, and in the Champions League, 3 goals and 4 assists. And that's this actually these results or these stats can lead us to talk about Arne Slot, basically the relationship between Salah and Arne Slot, and the introduction when Arne Slot came into Liverpool, and how the interactions and what Salah and Arne Slot did, how they figured a way to work together. And honestly, the thing I would say about these two gentlemen is Salah is a leader on the field, and of course, Arne Slot is the leader of the whole team as a coach. And both of them understand leadership, and those they use their leadership properly to have influence on the team, and of course, influence on Salah's performance, and of course, influence on Arne Slot management. So when you have such kind of leaders working together, you can expect actually great results, and that's what we saw from Salah. His what can I say? His willingness to change, and his willingness to adapt to new systems from Arne Slot, and also Arne Slot having the door open for him to also add some changes if he saw fit, and of course to share his ideas. And basically, Salah said that in his interview that he thinks that his first impression from Arne Slot was he seemed like a tough person, like he's straightforward, basically. And I think sometimes between brackets, strict or s- straightforward people can be mistaken for being arrogant or egoistic and things like that. But uh, if as long as this leader who has this kind of characteristics, as long as they are good and they have abilities and they have knowledge to provide and they understand the whole game, I think sometimes you need to listen to them, and to what can I say, to bow your head and listen and learn and react to what they say. And I think that's what I said. It takes two to have a good relationship, and I think Salah was kind of he did that. Basically, he listened, and he shared his thoughts. Of course, he said that Arne Slot in the preseason, Salah in one of the practices, he wasn't trying hard, and I think Salah and the coach showed him a few videos that he showed him, like, when Salah was not working hard, was not showing showing what can I say, positive energy, and wanting to be there. That kind of affected the rest of the players, and you can see how the other players were behaving, to basically looking at Salah as an example, and following his lead. And you know what? Believe it or not, even in anywhere, in your work, in your family, everywhere, like, it's all about our behaviors. Sometimes it's challenging to to be good example, and I know sometimes life is tough and there are a lot of challenges, but that's something we can take from this conversation. And of course, also Salah added that he thinks Arne Slot is respectful, and also he treated Salah as a superstar, basically, or as one of the senior players of the team. They had discussions. They watched videos together, and the coach told him, "This is the Salah I want. This is the Salah we want if we want to win trophies, and this is the Salah, and this is the other Salah. If we have this one, maybe we're not going to win much." So, and as we know, Salah is a winner, and of course, he wants to win, and that's why we saw him working hard this year and producing all these great results at his age. And the other thing I want to add is after the discussions they had, or during those discussions, Arne Slot was open to, and also leaving the door open for Salah's suggestions and contributions if he thinks that there is something that he has to contribute. And I think this is the right way to deal with stars. Do not try to go to clash against them. Do not try like, hey, do this or do that, like as we saw before with some, for example, the coach of Manchester United, both of them actually, Ten Hag or the new one, Marim, like, hey, this is my style, this is what I want to do, and you have to listen this and that. Some, I don't know. I think I saw a lot of these kind of behaviors from coaches and with especially stars or well-respected players. It doesn't end up well. We saw that Ten Hag. We saw Ten Hag with Ronaldo. We saw you have a big player in your team with all the experience. You need to use it, not to fight it, right? If you just try to win him in a way, you are the coach. If you show him that you're a professional and this is what you're planning, because he's a superstar, you can try to understand him and use all the experience he has and work together as Arne Slot did with Salah, and that's fantastic. So this is basically two leaders leading by example. Salah being good on the field, and the coach also being a leader with. Sometimes leadership is not management, is not telling people what to do. Basically, as we hear a lot, is about sharing ideas and looking for the right recipe for success. So the other thing Salah mentioned about Arne Slot was that he said Arne Slot is not a egoistic person. Like he is adaptable. Like he can change the play even in the same game. Like he's not afraid to change his style. He's adaptable, and that's something that Salah he said he respects about Arne Slot, and that's a way you can win. Like you can just be always sticking um, to the same style of play, basically, which can be really hurtful. We saw, like for example, the coach of Spurs. He's like, "This is my style. This is the one I want to do it," and look where he is now. Also, as I said before, Salah was given the freedom to do basically not what he wants, but basically to play here and there. And we saw him this year. He's not tracking as much as back. We saw him in actually in Paris Saint Germain game when he was defending a lot with the team. But generally, he had freedom to go sometimes into the midfield and come back to his wing, basically his spot. So he said that actually that change helped him to have the ball a lot more than prior years, and that's why we started to see Salah passing. And Salah is really good at like that outside foot pass, like he does, and also. Um, and actually, that's why we saw the assist. The number of assists went up, really high. Like he's leading assists and goals. So that's that's basically that's actually shows the style of Arne Slot help Salah with producing those numbers. And the other thing that they talked about in this schedule, sorry, in this interview was about the contract, and Salah said that he did not expect he was going to stay in Liverpool. He said the percentage was like 10% he would stay. He said it's not because of him or because of the club is bad or this and that. He said just because of the philosophy of the um, of the club is um, is generally they don't really extend with players in his position in when they are 30 years old or over 30 years old. I think Salah now is like 32 or something. So yeah, so he said that He didn't, especially in the first half of the season, he didn't expect he was going to stay, but he was happy to stay, and he's happy to stay for 2 years. They also talked about Trent Alexander-Arnold and what happened in the last game of Liverpool against Arsenal when he was booed. Salah said that I think he thinks that that Trent deserves better, treatment. He deserves better farewell from the team. Sorry, from the fans, and he thinks that Liverpool fans are bigger than that, and he hopes that in the next games that Trent. Uh, like fans will show some respect and love to Trent because he spent basically most of his life in the club, like 20 years. He said it's not a big thing. It's not easy to go to the same place every day for 20 years. It is mentally challenging. It is physically challenging, and also I think Trent also deserves, in my opinion, deserves also chances. If he wants opportunities another place, basically he won everything with Liverpool. Why can't he have that choice? So it is. He said it was a personal choice, and he didn't want to interfere in his choice, in his choice. He didn't really try to convince him or anything, because he thought that he should respect Trent's. Trent's choices, even though that he is going to miss him in the club and playing together. They also talked about Le Ballon d'Or chances of him winning the Ballon d'Or. Does he want to win it? Salah said he used to get really frustrated about basically this idea of the Ballon d'Or, like how. But this is my addition. This is my understanding to what Salah was saying. Is basically, I think he was talking about or trying to say that the way things or how it works or how players get chosen. Because last year he wasn't even chosen. He wasn't even on the list, which is crazy to think about. Now look what he produced this year. So he's gonna have his chances this time. So I hope, and a lot of people hope that Salah will win it because. He has been working so hard this season. So, but he said he was asked if he wants to win. He said, "Yeah, of course, I would love to win it one day," but he's not really. What can I say? As before, he used to worry so much and get frustrated, but he's just gonna um, go into basically deal with what happened. Like he's not gonna get so involved emotionally in the situation. That's basically my understanding of what he said. Uh, he was asked about his favorite playground, not playground, like a way ground to play with. He said he was Old Trafford, uh, and I think there must be a history in that Old Trafford stadium. Of course, like there is so much history there, and going there, I'm sure it's not an easy place to play at, and of course it's a challenging. And I think maybe that's why Salah likes it. And he also talks about his uh, his favorite thing, or the thing that he learned that made him like who he is now, is basically working on your mental health or uh, your mental side. Which I agree with him, because if you are mentally strong, you can produce a lot and do very, very well. Honey, he said, and that's actually another example of being mentally strong, because as we know, Salah is really diligent and works hard, and that's why he is physically fit. Basically, all since he came to Premier League. Premier League is a very demanding league, and to ha- to have that to have that um, discipline to be working hard, going to the gym, doing all the fitness and the meals and all that stuff is not an easy thing. We all know it, right? And he said that he thinks he can play till he is 20, sorry, not 20, but 39 to 40 years old. So that means Salah is going to be taking care more of his body and planning to stay fit for more years to come. So this is a what can I say? A signal to other teams that are might be interested interested to bring Salah after he finishes with Liverpool in the next few years or the next couple years. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is basically my thoughts about Salah. And actually, before I finish that, since I'm making this video longer, I'm going to make it even longer. um, I can't remember the name of this person, but I listened to him this morning when in an interview. I think he is one of the background uh, man of Liverpool. Let's call him that way. Uh, the people basically who do the work, find players and choose players and do all the stats work and bring a player right to Liverpool. And Salah said that, and this person was talking basically about Salah and about the way Salah was brought into to Liverpool, and he said that Jurgen Klopp takes all the credit for that because um, there weren't so many people. He said actually, to be honest, he said there was nobody uh, in Salah's position, right? That that was that like in terms of market value, like affordable, basically player, nobody like Salah and nobody like him in that position that doesn't play for for one of the top from one of the top teams. So that was a very good observation from Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp Jurgen Klopp, sorry, the way they noticed that, and of course they expected him to do very well as he gets more experience in with Liverpool, and he said that the good thing is Jurgen Klopp was Klopp. I keep calling him Klopp. Sorry, Jurgen. That's better. Jurgen was not a Premier League coach, so that helped because Salah played with Chelsea, then and he left Chelsea. So so he said that was helpful for Jurgen to make it to easily make his decision because sometimes if you were a different coach who played in the Premier League before, they may think, oh, no, look at this guy, like he already played in the Premier League and he couldn't really show himself. He could not force himself on the team or on other coaches. So it might be a risk bringing him here. Anyway, generally, whenever you bring a player, it is a risk. You are not guaranteed they're going to be performing very well. So, a good job for Liverpool administration and Jurgen Klopp to work together to bring Salah, who became one of the big stars in recent football. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is my reaction to what Salah was talking about recently. Make sure to like and subscribe and check my channels. I'm going, of course, to be doing reactions to the games this weekend and more other news coming. Again, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.